Good morning, Trade Geeks. It's Friday. Today's August 30th, 2024. And today's topic, we're going to talk about trade agreements, specifically the USMCA, and a little bit of a Mexico market update. I'm going to start off with a little bit of trivia. I'd like to recognize some very famous peoples that contributed to free trade and to trade agreements today. One of them is a very famous English economist from 1817, David Ricardo, who is known as the father of international trade. And just so you know, the first trade agreement was signed in 1860 in Europe. There's another important person that I can't forget to mention is Robert Zoellick. Robert Zoellick, Mr. Zoellick is a very famous lawyer and an international relations expert, and he is known as the father of NAFTA. He helped craft the agreement and was very heavily involved. Now NAFTA has turned into NAFTA 2.0 or USMCA as it's referred legally. And so we have all these trade agreements. You know, we're in a globalized economy now, and these trade agreements have really benefited Mexico the most. You know, it's basically turned Mexico into an export manufacturing phenomenon, exporting hundreds of billions of dollars to the U.S., mainly in automobiles, vehicle parts, computers, heavy trucks. Those comprise the majority of the exports right from Mexico to the U.S. So let's talk a little about what's going on with the U.S.-Mexico relations. You know, there's a lot of news. You know, the internet is on fire right now with the legislation and the changes that they're trying to make to the Constitution in Mexico. And AMLO and his party is now has the supermajority. And basically now they have enough power to basically modify or change the Constitution. And this is causing a lot of heavy scrutiny internally within Mexico and also internationally, right? And we've seen that. You know, we've seen that with the peso. Was it like 16 pesos to a dollar last year, early in the year? I remember I was in Monterrey and I was so excited about. I couldn't believe how good the peso, how strong the peso was. But today it's at 20 pesos. So we're seeing some of the uncertainty and some of the concerns being reflected in the foreign direct investment and then also what the peso is doing today. So these are some unprecedented times, right? So some of the cause and effects that we may see could be more burdensome regulations. You know, the U.S. has certain mechanisms under the Section 232, Section 301, which we've discussed in some of our previous videos. And then also the USMCA itself has a dispute mechanism. So, you know, a lot of this can be worked out. There could be some cause and effects, but I don't think they're going to be major where they're going to cause any major disruption. There's just too much investment, and Mexico is just too important for us today. So, is this cause for an alarm? I don't know. I don't think so. You know, we've already gone through some disruptors. You know, COVID is a good example, and we were able to navigate and get through that. So I think calmer and cool heads will prevail. And the USMCA, also to highlight, is up for review on July 1st of 2026. So, you know, hopefully both sides will get together and we'll find some common ground. And again, common sense will prevail. And there's still tons of benefits. You know, Mexico are not only our greatest trade partner, but they have a great availability of labor, lower cost labor. They're nearby. And then if we keep it in perspective, they don't pose a military threat like, let's say, China or other countries. So I think, you know, common sense will prevail, and we'll get through this. And we'll try to keep you posted. Every Friday, we're continue to do these video webcasts or podcasts is what they're turning into. And we might even go to YouTube so that we have a little bit more time, a little longer videos. So thank you very much. And please support us and visit us at www.trade-flex.com. Lula is there to welcome you. Send in any feedback or suggestions or topics for next week's video podcast. Thank you very much. Have a great day.